State. This is your two dads. Two real dads giving you the real news.
Like Texas seized the border control checkpoint and kicked out the feds. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, boys. We kicked the feds out. Texas took over. This is great. We got great news to talk about today. We got some Kentucky news. We got some border patrol news. We got some immigration news. We're going to talk a little bit about politics. Maybe the guys have got some entertaining stuff for us as well, too. Or not. No comment, right? Morning, guys. How are you doing? By the way, I'm JJ. This is Dave up here, and this is Deacon, and we are your two dads. We just don't count very well. We meet Monday through Friday, and we drink coffee, and we talk news, politics, culture, pop culture. I don't know.
Jamming.
You guys throwing gang signs?
Jamming.
3.
Yeah.
We were talking about Inglourious
Anyway.
Basterds the other day. Remember that song?
That's a great movie.
I still haven't watched
Christoph
it.
Waltz.
Oh, man.
You haven't seen it?
No, I still haven't watched it. I will.
This is not acceptable, sir.
That is not acceptable.
All right. It's not acceptable. All right, and maybe we'll talk some entertainment stuff too, because there's a couple things I'm excited about. Good morning, boys. How are you doing?
Morning.
Hi, sir.
Great.
How are you today?
Do we want to yip or want to just get into it?
We can yip. I don't give a crap. I need half a second because I forgot to put up this stuff.
Dick Stalin, how are you doing, Dave?
Dude, I'm great. Great.
Okay.
I was building props for our high school musical.
Oh.
They're doing Newsies. And the director called me and said, "Hey, can you swing by and build some stuff for us?" Yeah. So I was building walls. Very cool.
Awesome.
Dave showed us the other day. He's putting secret passages in his attic roof or something.
You gotta hide the bodies somewhere, man.
Yeah. Apparently, that's exactly how much room there is. Just enough room to put a person.
Only 2 of them are small.
Only 2 small.
The other 2 are large.
Oh. Okay.
But it's seriously, you've taken your attic and you've redone it into a master bedroom and put a bathroom in there and a big closet, and you had these spaces and you had these little things that it was really cool what you've done.
Yeah, and it looks good. And it looks great. And while you were showing, I was like, wow, like some determination and some skill. You can do stuff. And then the other part of my brain was like, I would really just hire somebody else to do that. I mean, I know I hired that stuff.
I hired people to do a lot of it.
Oh, okay.
I didn't do the framing. I hung the insulation.
Right.
That's
I was like straight up like, wow, I can beat Spider-Man 2 video game, but I can't do that.
All right. Hey, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, if this is the first time watching our show, welcome. We're glad you're here. Hang out for a little bit. It's not going to be it's fun. You're going to get some laughs, I'm sure.
We don't talk about politics the whole time because I have some AI news. I have some nature news today. I have some good stuff.
And Deke's got some music because we do every show. We do a little bit of culture. So we got some music recommendations.
Yes, go over here.
Yeah, hey, you're supposed to hit the other one. You're supposed to hit that song of the day thing.
I'll hit that one too. That's the first one I hit.
Okay.
If you look out, Dave's had to move because the song of the day's coming up his head. And me too. Where am I going? I'm going the wrong way. So if you'll go over there to the Discord server and go down, you'll see our playlist. This week we're doing this local band called Hollerhead, and I've got a couple of. I added 2 today. Where Does the Time Go by Hollerhead and Long Road to Hoe. Long Road to Hoe is a real bluesy number. It's great. Where Does the Time Go is another one of those that, Oliver Anthony real life lyrics, so check out Hollerhead, go to their, how do I get rid of that? Get rid of this. Yeah. Go to their website, hollerhead.net, check them out. They play around the region, but definitely give them some listens and like and subscribe to them, please, because they're.
I subscribed to them and I saw like one of those YouTube short things, a couple of those, and I was like, man, this is good. This sounds not better, but like it sounds like really good, and maybe maybe a whole song of what he was doing. I don't know what he was doing. I think he was playing like a live acoustic or something, but there was some sort of audio like reverb in the sound. It made it just even better.
So the lead singer and songwriter, his name is Jeremy Marshall. We worked at IGA, this grocery store, when we were 16 together. So we had a really good time working there at 16 because we farted around. We were the same age, and he went to another school, and so I got to meet him there. And then after that, my next job was at a catfish restaurant. At 16, 17. And he worked at the catfish restaurant as well. And he taught me, as a 16, 17-year-old, taught me something that I have kept my entire life. A little small lesson that I have used my entire life. And we were bussing a table at a catfish restaurant, very busy catfish restaurant. We were the bussers and the dishwashers. And so we had to go out, get the stuff, bring it back. And you've got little ceramic bowls of mashed potatoes that they didn't finish, and some people would put cigarette butts out in their mashed potatoes, and a little bowl. So I'd get a spoon and I would scoop out the mashed potatoes from a bowl and put it in the garbage can, put it over there, and scoop out the rest with the spoon. And Jeremy Marshall, lead singer of Hollerhead, he looks at me and he goes, "Dude, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm cleaning out the bowl." And he grabbed that mashed potato bowl out of my hand and reached his hand in there and scooped it out and slopped it in and threw it over there and grabbed the thing, washed his hands. And he goes, "Dude, you can always wash your hands." And I was like, it was like an epiphany. And so I just I told my son that not too long ago. He was doing something. He wasn't want to get his hands. I was like, "Son, you can always wash your hands.
Yeah.
You can always wash your hands."
But most people don't.
Most people don't. So that was a lesson that the lead singer of Hollerhead taught me when we were kids.
I probably couldn't have dealt with that personally because I'm one of those people that I don't like.
I know you wouldn't do that. You would
I don't like.
You would have like.
I remember
gloves on, but you
towards
wash your hands, Fred.
Towards the end of the pandemic, I was at some, I don't know, we were out in public somewhere and I was using a restroom, and two guys came in after me, used the restroom, and just walked right back out. I'm like,
yeah.
Okay. If there's anything I'm going to miss from the pandemic, it's
personal hygiene.
People actually washing their hands.
Yuck.
Okay. Yeah.
That's nasty. Gross. Okay, here we go. Let's do the news, boys.
Hands. Yes.
Please wash your hands. It takes like no time at all.
You don't have to sing the stupid COVID song that they told you to sing or whatnot.
No, that's dumb.
Damn hands.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. All right, here we go. Last night, it was probably like 11 o'clock at night or whatever. I was in bed. I couldn't quite go to sleep yet. So, of course, I'm playing with my phone and I'm going through my Twitter feed and I see this. Check it out. This is from Bill Malugan. He's a national correspondent for Fox News. I don't know how to say his name. It's from Bill, my friend Bill.
That's a long movie.
That's awesome.
Movie.
The Texas Military Department confirms the Texas National Guard has seized control of Shelby Park in Eagle Pass, which is city property where a lot of these mass illegal crossings are. And it's restricting Border Patrol from accessing the area, saying the feds perpetuate illegal crossings. And we've seen that. We've seen them cut Constantine wire. We've seen them open gates and wave people through. We've seen them use a forklift to lift Constantine wire so that people can go underneath it. The National Border Patrol, it's not the agents, it's the agency. It is Mayorkas and his leadership. They are actively shuttling people into the United States. The Texas National Guard says that the feds are perpetuating illegal crossings. And this is an area where the Border Patrol has been cutting razor wire. Razor wire and fences are now deployed to block the area off from the public and the federal government. Here is some video. Okay, so somebody was driving by, and it's just a little underpass here. But as you're driving by, you can see, this is a fence with a gate and our Texas National Guard vehicles and soldiers. Texas National Guard has maintained a presence with security points in the temporary barrier in Shelby Park since 2021. But now they're saying, feds, get out. You can't be in here. And check this out. This is like already that's like, wow, the balls of Texas. All of Texas. Where's it at? But that's not all. That's not all. The Border Patrol Union that works for the federal government, employees of the federal government that are a union, the Border Patrol Union, confirmed to Bill that the agents are being blocked by Texas soldiers, and the union is praising Governor Abbott for seizing control. The union is saying, thank God you're keeping us out because we are messing this up even worse. Governor Abbott is not harming Border Patrol operations. He is enhancing them. Seizing control of Shelby Park allows our agents to deploy to troubled spots that experience high numbers of getaways. All right, guys, what do you think? First reaction.
Good for him.
All right.
For Governor Abbott, for Texas National Guard. The first thing that I think is, okay, so what happens when we have a conflict between the military of Texas and the executive branch agency? Because, the Constitution says that, powers that are not allocated to the federal government are reserved to the states. And part of our Constitution says that we have a right and a responsibility to repel invasion. Over 50 counties in Texas have declared an emergency in terms of us being under invasion. And Governor Abbott is acting under that authority.
It's almost like this has happened before.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not a big history person. I made D's in history class, so I just barely passed by. But wasn't there some kind of conflict that happened all throughout the freaking 1700s and 1800s that was the same thing?
Well, I wouldn't say same, but similar, very similar for sure.
Very similar. Yeah, it wasn't the same thing. It was a very similar.
Definitely conflict between the federal government and states.
That's what I'm getting at. The conflicts between the states and the federal government, not the immigration issue. The conflicts between the states and the federal government, where the states say no and the federal government send in. And hasn't that happened before?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm willing to say that the whole Revolutionary War was started by the shot heard around the world.
This is good coffee.
Dave has no comment. He's definitely not taking an opinion on this issue.
To me, that why I make that a little jokey remark is because I do love history, and this is, seeing stuff
this
like
is dangerous
this in the past is
this is something that needs to be watched.
This is something that needs to be watched. This is a catalyst. This is a spark, and it's got good implications, but the negative consequences of the good implications could far outweigh what he's trying to do. All right, so
yeah. So I mean, this is the catalyst. It could be the catalyst of a really bad conflict. The federal government not doing their job, actively not doing their job. Texas standing up to the federal government and acknowledging an invasion. I mean, we're talking millions, and now we're not talking millions of people from Mexico. Millions of people from all around the earth coming through the southern border, and a couple dozen thousand are being shipped to New York or Chicago or whatever. Texas is absorbing a lot of this strain, and you don't have the resources for it. It's a desert.
There was one interview with a guy, one of the immigrants, and they had his face blurred, I think, and he was saying he is from wherever over across the pond. And they're like, "How did you get here?" No, he said he went to Turkey.
Okay, you're talking about the Iranian dude. Did we play that on the show?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. He went to Turkey.
Oh man, that was such a good
interview. And then he went from Turkey to Mexico, from Mexico to the United States. It was very easy. It's just like going.
And then they asked him how if any terrorists could do that,
and he was like, "Yeah,
of course,
yeah,
of course they can."
Can you go to Missouri? Can you travel to Oklahoma? Well, they can too.
Yeah. And it was like, the person interviewing him was kind of like, how did you manage to get from Iran? He's literally like, well, I went to Turkey. I just flew to Turkey and then flew to Mexico. It was like a connecting flight. And then I just walked over here. Like, oh my God, we should play that video. Or if you haven't already, I don't know how to share it out. It was a few days ago.
Put it
I
in
didn't
the
know you'd seen
Discord
that.
channel.
Yeah.
They have to
Ooh, I
go
should.
there. They have to
Ooh.
go
Yeah.
there, and they
Yeah,
can
go to
see
the
the
Discord and hang
full
out with us.
video.
JJ,
I
you
got
really
ideas.
should tell people to remind people to like and subscribe more because you forget.
You know
Is
what?
the
That's a
feed
good
actually
way.
going? Is the feed actually going?
Is it not? It better be.
I don't know.
Let me
Yeah, we're
check.
live.
It's
That's
showing
good.
on. It says live here, but Rumble is not doing anything.
It does not look. Oh, did I mess up the key? That's good. That's something I do a lot. All right,
No.
you guys yak for a second while I fix that.
Oh, yak.
F-bomb.
So,
Yeah,
I said
it's
I
on
yak.
Dadgum.
You say F-bomb?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix
I
that.
don't really know.
So, Deke, are you familiar with Cody Fry?
No,
At
I'm
all?
not. You
Okay.
were talking about him. We're going to go back to music real quick because you're fixing
Yeah.
to go to a concert.
Yeah, so Cody Fry, he does a lot of covers, but he orchestrates them. And so he'll sing and do whatever, but you've got a full orchestra behind it. I absolutely, and he does original stuff as well, but his biggest one is probably Eleanor Rigsby, which we talked about briefly.
Eleanor Rigby, yeah, by the Beatles.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Song
And, I
supposedly
mean,
about
Paul's death.
Paul McCartney's death.
Yeah. So Julie and I are going tonight to see him in
All right.
Indy, which is
Sounds
about 3
awesome.
hours north.
Yeah, you're only about
those-
3 hours from Indianapolis, and I'm about 5, which makes
Yeah.
sense because I'm about 2.5 hours from you.
And it's just going to be nasty weather.
Yeah. JJ, do y'all have nasty weather coming through Kentucky and this part of the eastern United States?
It was cold yesterday. It was 39 degrees like the day before yesterday, and it rained the next day, and now it's blowing wind. I don't know what's going on, but
we've got a wind advisory for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts today. They're like really telling because the ground is saturated, and one of my news stories this morning is like, look, expect power outages, expect trees to come down for this oversaturated ground. The winds are going.
Yeah, our kids are out of school today.
See, I got a dang basketball game I got to do tonight. So bad weather coming across the United States. Be careful.
All right.
Let's get through all this political mess so we can get.
Let me do the next one. We are streaming now on Rumble, and I'm gonna have to arrange the replay. That's fun. Okay. I always love to do that. So here over on Breitbart News, we also find out that Maine, the state of Maine, is building new rent-free apartments for migrants, but it's also paid for by taxpayers. Isn't that cool? Look at this. Maine's taxpayers are footing the bill for new apartments built specifically for newly arrived border crossers and illegal aliens who will have at least 2 years worth of rent paid for. 2 years of rent.
I want 2 years worth of my house payment paid.
No, you're an American citizen. You get to pay the bill.
What about
give it to other people?
What about the homeless veterans and homeless people in general?
Well, if we put them in apartment buildings, they won't be homeless anymore.
So there was an apartment building in Paducah, Kentucky, the town that's the nearest major town to me. And it was there on the south side of Paducah for the longest time. And then it shut down. And it was right on like this little corner curve area. And it was a big like curvy apartment building. And it sat and it deteriorated for a long time. And there was another 2 apartment buildings in Paducah that deteriorated that they ended up tearing down. They ended up tearing down all of these. But somebody said at one point on the internet or social media or something, they were like, why don't they take that and fix it up and have the homeless population of Paducah live there? But part of their rent is to help maintain the facility and help fix it up. And so that if they've got 5 people, you fix up 5, and then you 5 help these 5 fix up 5 more.
Yeah.
And then you 10 help these guys fix up 10 more. And why don't that become like a place that they can live?
Wouldn't that be
tearing it down?
Isn't that a nice notion? But what's the problem? Yeah, but what's the problem with that?
No money comes in off that, dude.
Not only that, the homeless people won't do their part. They will, because
possibly.
Most of the reason the homeless people are homeless, most of it is usually some sort of mental health disorder, or they don't want, or drug addiction maybe, or which is also can be related to mental health disorder, and they don't want responsibility, work, job. They really actively just want to live free. And then you're like, hey, homeless people, now you have to live in this building and you have to be the caretaker. They're going to be like, they're going to burn it down. They don't want to be there.
Good point.
So, I mean, like the answer to homelessness is not, well, let's provide a tent or a house or a building or a shelter. It's not. It's we need to be able to provide like care for people that have severe mental problems. So anyway.
Okay.
All right. Good job, Maine. We need to put Maine on the list of people that get express migrant imports. We'll just send them over there.
Maybe
Okay.
that's what they want.
Maybe that is what they want. Yeah. Let's see. We have, I guess we'll do this one next. California moderate Democrats. Hey, you guys know what a wealth tax is? I mean, you guys obviously do your taxes every year, I'm sure. Wink, wink. But, you know.
I don't mess around.
No, taxes are done.
Yeah, mine, as soon as I get my
W-2s, right.
I'll be doing them.
So the people on the left have been far left usually. I've been floating these ideas of wealth taxes to make the ultra rich, the billionaires, pay their fair share for a while, and they always propose these wealth taxes. That is not tax on your income you earn, and it's not tax on products you buy and consume. It's just tax on your money in your bank account because you have it, because the state wants it, which, you know, is just thievery. California moderate Democrats, sorry, that's the wrong slide, have shut down a wealth tax proposal. Isn't that interesting? Oh, yeah, we want to take people's money, but like not our money.
No.
Not our money. The governor's budget solutions largely involve 1-year deferrals and shifting of funds. You know, California is like $38 billion in debt or something like that. If the current relative economic downturn extends another year more, the state would likely have to engage in significant budget cuts, tax increases, or both to make ends meet. California moderate Democrats shut down a proposal to create a wealth tax on unsold assets soon after Governor Newsom announced his budget and declared he would not be supporting such a tax to plug the state's $68 billion deficit for 2024 to 2025. To meet the ends, Newsom plans on cutting spending by $8.5 billion. So
I wonder, just speculating, what do you think the population of California is that is considered wealthy?
Oh, wow.
I would assume it's much higher than most states.
Probably.
I mean, just
the cost of living is higher, so
it is. But I mean, you got some big businesses out there beyond Hollywood. I mean, there's
the cost of
big
living in California, in Southern California and New York are bonkers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's absurd.
Like around here. And there was an article not too long ago, and I think it was in a major publication. I think it was like in Vanity Fair or something that somebody had sent to me, and it was might have been Dave. Might have been somebody sent it to me, and it was about a California transplant, and it was a person that was from Southern California, and they've moved to like here in Western Kentucky. It was like Paducah or somewhere.
Paducah, yeah,
and they loved it, and they're like never moving back to California. Oh my God. And in the article it talked about the size of the house that you could buy for like 1/8 of the price in California. My house, I'll turn it on live TV on the Roku when we leave for the dogs and stuff. So there's always something going, so they won't bark at every freaking thing. And one of the channels that I leave it on is $1 Million Listing, because Ashley's a realtor and we'll sit there and watch those little things.
Oh, yeah, right.
And we were watching it one day, and these people were in California, and it was like $1.6 million house. It was like 600 square feet. We were laughing. And I was like, my
bedroom is bigger than that.
My house is like 2,200 square feet, and we've got like a half acre. I was like,
wow,
our house would be worth like $6 million or higher.
Yeah.
And I paid far less than that.
Yeah, that's
far less than that.
But hey, they get like ocean, and they can go surfing in California. And
is it the ocean trying to kill them?
Yeah, well, you know, They can go surfing. They can.
I sent Deke a couple of TikToks of this lady who moved from California.
Yeah, she's a
to, I
comedian.
think, Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
It's hysterical.
Yeah,
she's
It's
like,
funny.
really?
they left the windows gone, and I thought it was broken out, and people had stolen everything, but no, they just left it rolled down
all night
Just
long,
like-
and no one stole anything.
On their car?
Yeah. She does these little TikToks
Instead
where
of
she's got
grocery.
blue hair. She looks like a Californian. She's like, I now live in Tennessee in the South, and they do weird stuff here. And she's always pointing out everything that's kind of like normal to us. That's completely crazy.
People approach her. She thinks
And
they're going
say
to rob
hello.
them, and they're just say hello.
Are
Hey, how's
nice
it going?
to me, and I don't know how to react.
Right.
It's pretty funny. So California is going to be California, and
Yeah, right.
I like
Okay, so-
I like Northern California, but Southern California, all are a bunch of kooky, blood drinking child predators.
Careful. Killer is going to get you. Yeah. All right. So here's a tax related story. John Castro, which you may recognize the name, maybe not. He's a guy. He's
Fidel's brother. His
yeah,
cousin?
could be related. I don't know. He fought to keep Donald Trump off of the primary ballots in 27 states. He filed like a bunch of filings everywhere. He does not want Trump to be in the Republican primary. John Castro, who fought to keep Trump off the ballot, has been arrested on federal tax charges.
No, you mean the two people that are trying to get Trump, like the little prosecutor lady they're using as a scapegoat, and this
Fannie
guy
Willis,
they're
yeah,
using as a scapegoat,
yeah,
are both that's kind of odd.
Corrupt, yeah, isn't that crazy that corrupt people are on the are fighting against the Republicans? That's nuts.
Or he
John
could
Castro
be being used. Hey, we
Sure,
know this
well,
when you do this for us.
He probably is being used. That doesn't make him not corrupt.
Correct. I'm not insinuating that.
Yeah. John Castro, who was indicted last week on 33 counts of aiding the preparation of false tax returns. Prosecutors claim he ran a virtual tax preparation business that provided customers with tax returns beyond what they were actually owed, defrauding the government. Yeah. So, and he would promise significantly higher refunds for taxpayers than they could receive from other preparers. And he would do that by taking their documents and then just making up deductions until they got more money back and not providing any evidence of it. So
I had a tax preparer kind of do that one year for me. And I think that was honestly the last year that I had a tax preparer do my taxes. I haven't had do mine. And I do that every year.
Yep.
And have for a long time. I
have done our taxes for like close to 20. I think we're not quite 20 years married, but a long time. Yeah. I think maybe 1 year I went to an agency like a long time ago, but now I'm just like, no. I'm just going to do it myself.
Pays for me to have mine done at an agency. And so I say thank you to the church and let them do that because my taxes are complicated. Because I'm technically considered.
Oh yeah, you have to check that box. Are you a pastor? Are you a cleric or something like that? So you have to do that. So
Paladin, I prefer, and then I can just Sorry, I'm gonna geek out.
Hold on, wait. There you go. That's for you, sir.
We need Ogre going nerds. So you could hit.
Dude, give it to me, and we'll put it in here. So here's a related story. Donald Trump defies the judge. I think the judge's name is like Ergogen or something like that. Engoron. Judge Engoron. Yeah, weird name. This guy, I looked into him. He's a little weirdo. Trump defies the judge, and he gives a speech in court on the final day of the civil trial. So the judge said, "No, Donald Trump, you are not allowed to give your own closing arguments." And Donald Trump was like, "I'm going to talk anyway. What are you going to do about it?" Now, there's no cameras in the courtroom, so it's all just reported. Now, the reason why I'm going to do this is because I want to work on my Trump impression. So here we go. In an extraordinary move for any defendant, Trump not only sought to make his own summation, but then brushed past a question from the judge about whether he would follow the rules requiring him to keep his remarks focused on matters related to the trial. So the judge was like, you got to stay on topic of the trial. You can't bring up other stuff. This is not a political ad. And he said, I'm an innocent man. I'm being persecuted by someone running for office. And I think you have to go outside the bounds. That's terrible. It's not very good. It's
not a horrible impersonation, but it's not good.
I'm a lot better on China. Judge Judge Ingoran let him continue almost uninterrupted for what amounted to a brief, 6 minutes talks or whatever. So once again, now I gotta say, as much as I like the fact that Trump is a chaos machine that will hopefully destroy stuff, he didn't destroy stuff enough during his term. And I have been, for the last couple of days, really leaning into the Vivek camp. So, but if Trump's the nominee, okay, please fire people. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
All right, that's the political stuff. I think we got anything else here?
Let's talk about the greatest state on the planet.
Oh yeah,
the greatest
absolutely
land in the history of the earth.
We don't do yeehaws here. What do we do here?
I thought we were talking about Texas. We're still talking about Texas.
No, we're talking about Kentucky.
What?
It's a good try.
Bring up your Kentucky story.
Which one? There's a few, isn't there?
Yeah. But I had one, and then here we go. Check this out. Now this is from AP News, so it might be news, it might be fake. I'm not sure. Kentucky is the all-time number one through 75 years of AP Top 25 basketball polls. So for 75 years, AP News has been running this poll about every year, what's the best basketball team? And in summation, over the course of 75 years, Kentucky comes out on top most times that they've been number one. What do you mean you know? What do you mean you know?
We know.
Dude, big basketball
it's a state religion here.
It's common knowledge in Kentucky.
Is it really?
We're the best.
That's why it's on this news show, because some of us outside of Kentucky have no idea.
Now, Sports Illustrated. I thought this was the Sports Illustrated one too, because Sports Illustrated had it, and UK was listed number one there, but U of L was listed number 6 all time. And really? I didn't see U of L listed on that one.
The reason Kentucky is okay. First of all, Dave and I both being Kentuckians. Like he said, it is a religion. I don't watch UK basketball, but I watch UK basketball. My whole family is UK people. If I come in a Duke shirt, they would not let me in the house.
So fun story.
I'm serious.
In, what was it, 89?
I know what you're going to say. Every Kentuckian.
I wore a Duke shirt to school. After Christian Leitner. Yeah, I was in middle school.
Oh my God. Did you not get punched?
I was beat.
I started to say. Okay, so in the Christian Leitner in the late 80s, Christian Leitner that played for Duke beat Kentucky in the championship game with a was it the championship game?
Yeah, it was a championship game.
On a last second shot, he stepped on a freaking player and hit this shot at the last second. And every single Kentuckian that remembers that, it don't matter if you like basketball or not, they hate Christian Leitner to this day.
They refer to that as the shot heard around the world.
Yeah, that's another shot heard around the world. He's not allowed.
Louisville's number 6 on that poll now.
So no, we're just joking, but yes, it is a religion in Kentucky basketball, and the reason is because Kentucky has always had great coaches. They've always had great. Now there's been some
great recruiters. They've had some amazing coaches. I will die on the hill that Pitino is the best coach.
Pitino is an unbelievable coach for Kentucky and Louisville. Look what he did for Louisville.
He's amazing.
Why is JJ? Why are you laughing?
I'm just like, I have no idea what you guys are talking about at all. I think it's hilarious.
I've met Pitino twice, and I did not like him either time I met him. But the dude is a great coach. He is a great coach. And
he's a great coach.
I believe he was snowballed, and
So one of the kids going to Kentucky next year in their recruiting class is Travis Perry from Lyon County, who we broadcast basketball. We broadcast Lyon County High School basketball here in Kentucky and Western Kentucky. And Lyon County basketball team is the #1 team in the state this year. They are like 22-1 or something like that. And they are unbelievable. And this Travis Perry's the all-time leading scorer in the state of Kentucky, all-time leading free throw scorer in the state of Kentucky. And he's an unbelievable player, and he's already going to UK next year. So I wanted to talk about that with me and Dave. I saw that story and I messaged Dave earlier. I was like, when JJ says this, let's just say we know, like it's common.
Oh, okay.
It is just keep saying it over and over again. Like, so we had that.
Every Kentucky
everybody.
fan, because I'm a U of L fan, rub it in.
Yeah. So I've got a couple more Kentucky stories because we are the awesomest state in the world. And the reason we are the awesomest state, not only in the United States, world, is because we SEIZES, did everything freeze up? We're trying to beam to a solar system 40 light years away, telling the aliens that, yo, we've got bourbon. Kentucky is good for freezing. Let me tell you why the bluegrass state is awesome. It's because we have we love bourbon and have moonshine, good old cousin loving, and great basketball. All right, that's what we love.
What cousin loving?
Wow.
I don't know what Deke's talking about there.
No.
We grew up in different parts of Kentucky.
You're not supposed to admit that. I don't think.
Oh, my bad. She's only my
better than
cousin.
sister loving.
Tell me more about bourbon, because I do love a good bourbon.
Oh man, you need to come do the bourbon trail.
I know.
Scientists in Lexington, along with a clever advertising team from Visit Lex, sent a coded infrared laser message to a star with at least 7 exoplanets believed to be potentially hospitable to life. God, I can't say that word. Some scientists sent. This is what they sent. Visit Lexington. There's the rolling hills, the horses. And
where's the castle?
Here's the elements of life. This is dopamine, water,
amazing.
Ethanol, horses and humans, and there's the prime numbers. So this is our picture that we sent to Kentucky.
That's you know what? I think that is just as good a resource as anything else you send to space. Absolutely.
Yeah. Why not?
There's nobody out there.
Here's the one message that they sent a long time ago that talks about the prime numbers and all the stuff.
That's
and
from Puerto
humans
Rico.
and DNA and
Right?
Yeah, from Puerto Rico, 1974. All right, so there's and I got one more Kentucky story for you. This one was kind of funny. I thought, oh, this is good. A Kentucky lawmaker is trying to legalize killing hawks because
really?
One snatched one of his constituents' cats. Lawmaker Gary Boswell claims a red-tailed and Cooper's hawks are causing too much damage to other and domestic wild animals. Oh, no, I don't want to do this. A Kentucky state senator introduced an amendment to the state's wildlife codes on January 3rd that would prevent Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife from imposing penalties and fines for killing 2 native hawk species, red-tailed hawks and Cooper's hawks. I don't even want to go through this because as a Kentuckian, this is a waste of our money. This lawmaker, this is stupid. We have much bigger issues in Kentucky that we need to be talking about, that they keep tabling these issues every single year or doing something on certain issues in Kentucky, and to waste time on should we kill these freaking hawks because one kills a fucking cat. I'm sorry, nature, your cat got 8. If my cat got 8, I'd be really sad.
True.
I'd be mad at
Birds
the hawk.
over cats, man.
Well, okay, but there's a difference between it's illegal to kill hawks and the state should kill hawks, and just let people kill hawks if they're out there. Like,
don't let people kill hawks because they're going to slaughter them for their feathers and everything else, because you can use that to make crafts and all kinds of stuff.
So you're saying you have to regulate
money on their carcasses, and so there won't be any. I can spot hawks when I'm driving down the road. I like looking in the trees for hawks, and you can see hawks and falcons and stuff sitting in the
power line.
Yeah, on the power lines.
And
I was going to my brother's house the other day, and it was a little back road, and there was nobody coming. And I pulled around the little corner, and right there on the power line, 40 feet from me, was a
You have
huge
like 5
hawk.
cats, though. Don't tell me that if one of your cats was eaten by a hawk, you wouldn't change your opinion slightly.
I'm not going to be pissed off, but let me tell you what I do. I've got 2 cats that live outside.
Yeah.
I was outside in the summer, and I was just sitting there doing something, and I heard it. You know, when you hear the eagle scream in movies?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's a hawk. That's
Right.
not an eagle. Eagles don't sound like that. That's a hawk scream. So when you hear that, that's a hawk. And we live in a neighborhood, and I heard that in the summer. I looked. I automatically started looking, and there he was. I could see him way over there. And that's the first thing I thought of was my cats. Where are my cats? My 2 cats, because they'll straight up snatch them. Straight up. He won't
I don't have a strong opinion of it
because my 2 outside cats are freaking huge. There's no way he could pick them up, but this is a waste of taxpayer money, of taxpayer time.
Probably. But I kind of like. I'm first. I don't have a strong opinion about it, other than less government is better. So
if hawks start breaking into your house and stealing your food and your babies and stuff, then maybe we need to.
Why don't your state say it's not illegal to kill hawks? If your city, county, or province or whatever mandates it, and just kick the regulation of it down to the county level.
How about we be in harmony with nature and let the hawk be a fucking hawk and leave it alone?
Okay, but then carry that all the way to the end. You're a human. Humans kill things to eat them, or just kill things.
Are you going to eat a hawk?
I don't eat hawks.
No, I'm not. But some people might just kill hawks. Let them kill them, I guess. All right, it is.
What if some people just kill people?
Well, that's true.
I mean,
can't do that. That's not good.
All right, so
Miss Dangered. I haven't seen Miss Dangered in a minute. Sorry, I haven't been around for a while. Check this out when you get a chance. The Chinese pangolins are at it again. Brown trouser stuff from a very credible channel. Oh, send me the link.
Right up JJ's alley.
Send me the link, Miss Dangered.
That's right up his alley. I got some AI news for you, JJ.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Here it comes. I did.
You sure? Okay, there we
go. Beep, bop, boop.
Something's wrong with that clip. It doesn't finish this. It doesn't finish. All right. I'll have to re-upload that, I guess. What's up? Here. Oh, that's the wrong one.
Beep.
AI knows.
Boop.
Yeah.
You're the voice.
AI has saying that maybe your fingerprints aren't so unique after all.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. This is an interesting article. It gets down kind of deep into fingerprints and stuff like that, and the angles of your fingerprints, and that's what the AI is reading. The students used a deep network in a U.S. government database of 60,000 fingerprints to study commonalities of fingerprints. They fed pairs of prints into a neural network, with some coming from the same person and others from different individuals. The network eventually became able to identify if prints were from the same person to an accuracy of 77%. That accuracy multiple pairs of prints were presented. The team initially had no idea how the network was able to identify whether the prints had belonged to the same person. To the human eye, the prints certainly did appear to be similar. But in order to understand that it was merely identifying the angles and starting points of the ridges, they had to study the AI system's decision process. So as it turns out, humans can be so set in their processes that not only when it comes to identifying prints, but also identifying science. The first journal team submitted their results to rejected them with the conclusion. I don't know where that part is I'm trying to get to. I thought it was right there that I was trying to read to get to, but I read it on my phone this morning, so it's formatted differently on here. Basically, these results were not supposed to be published yet, but this other publication broke this embargo, so they've published these results. This research is an example of how even a fairly simple AI, given a fairly plain data set, the research community has had lying around for years, can provide insights that have eluded experts for decades. So it's
What's
able.
what's the takeaway?
It's able to read these fingerprints differently. It is. I don't see where this damn thing where I read it is. I'll have to look it up. I'll just post this story in our Discord server. Go over to the Discord server. It's a very interesting, but I read it on my phone and it was formatted differently on my phone. And
I thought you were saying that different humans may have similar fingerprints or same fingerprints.
Well, that's what it was talking about.
It is totally possible.
Yeah, and I can't find it.
Well, it's not impossible for sure.
There's one instance that I know of that I can recall where a guy was arrested for making a bomb or something like that, and he had never been to the country where the bomb's origin or anything like that, but his fingerprints were all over the bomb.
It's not like biology is like, oh, that pattern's been used before. No, it's like it just randomly grows ridges and stuff based on, your genetics or whatever. So
you obviously don't know about the Fibonacci sequence, do you, JJ?
No,
you're saying it's all random. You need to study about the Fibonacci sequence. All right, I've actually got a story on the Fibonacci sequence. That's so
really
weird. Yeah, and it was just where did it go?
Wasn't that in Jurassic Park as well? Like the chapters, the original Jurassic Park book dealt with the Fibonacci sequence. I mean, I know they
probably. I didn't read the books, but I would assume that it probably did. So this was just really cool.
Chaos.
I mean, if you know about the Fibonacci sequence, this drone footage showed this killer whale making basically a Fibonacci sequence. The Fibonacci spiral makes up everything. The universe, leaves, you, everything is in this. You can calculate with this Fibonacci sequence. Fibonacci is 1 + 1 = 2. And then you take the sum and add it to the following. So 1 + 1 = 2. 2 + 1 = 3. 3 + 2 = 5. 5 + 3 = 8. And go on and go on. And the Fibonacci sequence, and when you plot that in geometrics, it makes this conch shell looking design.
Yes.
And that
Trump's ear to his hair. To his face.
This pattern is reproduced in
square.
Yeah, but you ain't got a Fibonacci sequence on your thumb.
Inside of a square, inside of a square, inside of a square, inside of a square.
Okay, hold that again so we can get the image.
No, sir.
Absolutely, the Fibonacci sequence makes up your fingerprints and your stuff. Absolutely. You might not believe it, but I do.
Yeah. Okay, so we got a little bit of entertainment news. If you guys don't have any more interesting stuff,
I got a couple of
stories in.
Yeah, but I got a couple that we can save. Scientists are drilling into a volcano that we'll talk about next week.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Promising, don't it?
Let's do that.
Yeah,
let's do that.
Of really expensive guitars were stolen, and I've got a story about that. Yeah,
I
think one of John Bonamassa's guitars. Blues guy.
Okay, guys, we all met playing Marvel Contest of Champions.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel, obviously, big business. MCU, 10, 12 years of movies, and then it was, it's been bought by Disney, and it's moved to Disney Plus, where it's doing real good. Did you know? Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. Did you know there's a show coming out called Echo, based on the character from the Hawkeye show?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Really?
So you actually watched it? Because I was going to say it's out, and I don't think anybody's watched it.
My wife and I are enjoying it a lot.
Oh, really? Okay. They dropped the entire season all at once, Deke.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and it's the first series. Is it rated R or equivalent of R? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's the first series rated R.
Now there are some things that are frustrating with it, but I really I appreciate everything that they're doing with it so far. It's good.
What is frustrating about it?
So my frustration was the first episode. In some ways, like I heard so much crap about it. It's like a 47-minute episode, and 30 minutes of it is footage from Hawkeye, and they're just clips. And I think it's fine because they wanted this to be a standalone series.
Okay.
And so let me catch you up. Make sure you're where you need to be, so this can be a standalone series. And I'm cool with that. The editing, there's some really questionable cuts. Like what if like Echo's father is signing to her, right? And his signing is down here, and I'm assuming it's because off camera. I'm assuming because he might not be a good signer. Now, remember, my wife is a sign language interpreter.
Okay.
And I don't want to ruin anything with the show's use of sign language, but some of it's really good and some of it's really bad.
Oh, really?
And I know they had, like, the cast and crew had sign language lessons so that they could actually include Aliqua Cox, the girl who plays Echo, which is awesome. I mean,
is she deaf?
She is deaf in real life. She's a Native American in real life, and she really doesn't have her leg. She is perfectly cast, and she's like,
okay.
Like watching her in the show, she is so angry looking, like angry. But if you, my wife follows her on Instagram,
they found a deaf Native American with one leg.
Perfect. I mean,
holy
perfect
crap,
for
was
Echo.
she not made for that character?
She just had a baby a couple of months ago.
Yeah. So I heard that was an issue.
Looking at her
shots.
Looking at her in the show and then looking at her Instagram, she is two completely different people.
Oh, really?
So she is a phenomenal actress. The girl who plays young Maya is actually her cousin in real life. And so, like, I'm fairly impressed with the series. I want people to watch it. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it is good.
There have been a number of Marvel series that have come out on Disney Plus. We're going to step aside from the Netflix because it's been years and years and years since Netflix, and we all know that Daredevil Season 1 is like the bomb.
They canonized the Netflix series, all of them,
right?
This past week.
So that's officially MCU stuff.
Oh, good, they did
all of them.
Good.
All of them canonized.
I want to see more Punisher,
except for. I think except for Danny Rand. I think that
he's in the canon as well.
There's
more John Barenthal Punisher. I want to see more.
He's going to be in Daredevil
more freaking Purple Man. Whether
Mike Coulter said I think Mike Coulter said he's done, but everybody else is interested in coming.
Mike Coulter's busy. He's booked. Busy. They can't get him
and that
scheduled.
Sucks because he was the perfect freaking Luke Cage, I thought as well. I mean, when I saw him and you see him when he's coming out of the one, the little facility, and he's got the things on his arms,
with the band on his head.
I was like, oh my God.
It's Power Man.
It's Power Man.
Luke Cage, it's Power Man.
Awesome.
The Luke Cage show, there were some good moments in it, but overall, I just didn't like. I know, and you would because you're like a music guy. They basically featured a music video every episode, and I was just like,
it was great. It was good. It fit.
Yeah, I know.
I'm glad all of them aren't like that. I'm glad they're like they are. Miss Marvel was like a comic book. I'm glad they're all not like that. It was great. If you haven't seen the Miss Marvel, she made that show. She made that show.
I haven't seen the Marvel show, and but by all accounts, that girl is very, very charming.
She is. She was.
However, the Marvel's movie didn't seem to do very well. So
it's coming out.
It's not her fault.
I think it comes out like Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it.
Netflix, or Disney.
I'll watch it.
I honestly have lost track of how many of the MCU movies now that I have not watched.
Oh, I know which ones I haven't watched.
I have not seen Eternals or.
I've seen it.
It was good. Yeah,
what was that other one? Shang-Chi. You've seen Shang-Chi.
I like. Shang-Chi was great.
I've lost.
I didn't watch She-Hulk.
I got one more thing, guys.
Watch She-Hulk or the Black Panthers.
I watched. Did you watch those?
You haven't seen She-Hulk?
No.
Oh, you have to watch She-Hulk because
She-Hulk is ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
You need to watch She-Hulk because I think it will actually make you mad at Disney.
It will make you angry.
Instead of me talking, you'd be like, JJ, stop talking like yeah, that's not fair. You'll be like, these people at Disney are assholes.
The last episode made me angry, but She-Hulk is one of the characters in Marvel that does break the fourth wall on a regular basis.
Sure.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Okay.
so that fit.
That doesn't
fit.
mean that you make a crappy.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you make a comedy courtroom drama that is neither funny nor courty. It's terrible. It's the worst show. All right. I'm going to change topics here. Last thing. This is this is a trailer, and I don't think you guys have seen this trailer. And I'm playing it because I saw it the other day, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I want to see this!" And I have not been excited to see anything in a theater in years. Maybe Bullet Train was the last thing I was excited at. Here you go. You ready?
Yes. Big and Nate.
Bullet Train was good,
I don't
Deacon.
even know what this is.
Yeah, you don't. Check this out. Boom. Beekeeper. You guys sound? No.
I'm going to burn this place to the ground.
I like Jason Statham.
Yes.
Fun.
Why is it? Get rid of the plaything. I don't know why the plaything's in the middle.
Mrs. Parker and I were friends.
Is it too low?
I can't hear it.
Here.
She was the only person who ever took care of me.
I just got a message saying that there's a problem with my computer.
Yes, ma'am. We got this.
Yesterday, she shot herself.
This is private property.
Do you know what they do here? Scamming the weakest in our society.
Buddy, I'm counting to 3.
1, 2, 3. There. I did it for you. I'm gonna burn this place to the ground.
Will you stomp his ass out?
Yes.
You're telling me one man did this. The only thing you know is he's a beekeeper.
A beekeeper? Well, that's not good.
Beekeepers is a special program outside the chain of command.
I protect the hive.
And
When
right
the
at
system's
that-
out of balance,
No.
I
Stop.
correct it.
Right at that moment, I was just like, they just jumped like a bunch of sharks. Beekeeping is like a secret spy program. Okay, whatever.
Hollywood.
I'm in. Let's go.
They don't care anymore. They don't care.
It's amazing.
Until they fail, then you have me.
My fingers, he cut him off. Oh, what the fuck, bro?
Don't move.
Oh, that is not good.
We're gonna get copyright struck for this 9 Inch Nails song.
Yeah, we are. Come on, you guys with the trailers.
Okay. Yeah, it don't matter.
It looks so
it don't
good.
matter. We've already probably got
I don't know about so good.
Stop! It looks amazing. Anyway, I'm gonna go watch it tomorrow night.
There's another one coming out about the big bricklayer or something like that. It's a very similar thing. Dude's
is
a
it
former,
really?
yeah, he's like a former assassin or whatever. And
Oh, man.
this bricklayer. Is this all the movies we're gonna get now? The carpenter, the plumber.
Look, at least something new.
Fisher.
At least it's something new. It's not a.
Is it new?
It's new to me. It's not a remake of a movie from the 80s or
Retelling this.
This is
story
John Wick.
Told a million.
This is John
times.
Wick.
John Wick is a great movie.
It
Stop.
is. Oh, I love it. I
No,
finally
it's
finished
not.
it. The
It
first one
is.
is
Deke, you haven't even
amazing.
seen them all.
The first one is absolutely.
I had to stop in
amazing.
the second movie after about 30 minutes because I'm like, okay, he's killed 700 people in 30 minutes. And if this
a pencil.
movie is all a huge 2-hour fight scene,
Yes,
I'm not interested in that. You
John
might
Wick
be,
is a-
and y'all might be, but I'm not.
Well,
don't
I
care
like it
John
when
Wick
it's John
is a
Wick.
4-movie fight scene.
And it's a 4-movie fight scene that I just really don't care
Yeah.
to watch.
Don't
It's
mess with the
literally-
guy's dog.
I
Yeah.
don't care.
So-
all right. Well, it's a great movie.
This is the one person that took care of me, the one person that took me in. You abused her through your scam line, and she killed herself. And now I'm going to come back and seek retribution against you.
Yep. Revenge.
It's a revenge flick. It's a
Yes.
gratuitous revenge flick.
All right. I'm looking forward to it.
You enjoy. I'll wait for it to come out on Netflix,
Netflix. All right.
And then put it in
and
your
then I
list.
won't watch it.
Then you put it in
I
your
think
list
it
and you never
Right
watch it.
after Inglorious Bastards.
Oh my God. I told my wife about the Velocipaster stuff, guys. And she was like,
Okay,
you guys
I
are
do want to
idiots.
see that.
Yes, your wife is correct. We are idiots.
It's true. All right.
We are. Go ahead and hit that cue. We are.
Oh, I don't
You
know.
had it a second
I'm
ago.
sorry.
I don't know.
You're good.
Oh, is that the nerd
Yeah, I'm
ones?
going to find a better one where he actually says that.
It's because that's a short one.
All right.
All
you
right.
Got a better joke today, JJ?
I have the best joke today.
Okay. All right.
You sure?
We
Ladies
always
and
do
gentlemen,
our
if you
show.
haven't already, please hit like and subscribe. We will be back Monday through Friday, 8:30 in the morning. And as we end our show, no, 8:30 in the morning. Why did I give the wrong time? Doesn't matter. Nobody's watching this part of the show.
Because we're
All right,
usually
we need
so late for starting the damn show. It's 8:30.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
We end the show every single day with as appropriate, as apropos with dad jokes. Here we go, guys. What did the plate say to the fork?
I don't know.
Knife to meet you? I don't know.
What did the plate say to the fork? Dinner's on me. No, stop. Come on, please. Thank you. Thank you.
And that was the appropriate response to that joke.
No.
All right. Guys, no matter how hard I try to keep forgetting. I'm trying to forget about 80s music. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, but there's always something there to remind me.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's good.
So we got all this bad weather coming in, all this bad weather coming in, and there's talking about power outages, and I'm concerned about our local ice cream company because if they lose their power,
Yeah.
they're gonna have to liquidate their inventory.
Get tired of
That's a courtesy laugh, a little bit. All right, guys. Thanks for watching the show. We'll be back next week, and I now have to go turn in I have to go fulfill this coupon that I gave my wife for Christmas. She says I have to declutter, and there's no complaining, and I have to do this right now.
Yes.
Yes, JJ, to be honest, you should do that for her
What's good as a
every
coupon if I
single
can't use
day.
it?
Stop! I've only made one coupon.
You
No,
should
there's
do
two
it.
of those.
For her.
Yeah,
Don't
you're
you
cheap.
love-
You're cheap.
I
You only made one.
Don't you love her?
Nobody asked your opinion on this matter, folks. Bye, everybody.
It's my watch. It should do what it wants to do.
JJ's gotta go clean. JJ's gotta go clean.